Yo, before we get into this episode of Industry Plants, I just want to say if you want extra content, meaning an extra episode every single week, uncut album reactions every single Thursday night, and a whole bunch of other really cool shit that we make as creators, make sure to follow us on Patreon, support our careers, and get all the best content first.
Do it.
Get there today.
You know what I've been thinking about, yo?
What?
I had this conversation came up. And I forget with who, but I was like, I wanted to ask y'all, like, do y'all be having women friends?
No, not really.
Okay. So Miles, speak your truth. Actually, Spencer, you speak your truth first.
So here's the deal. I used to have a lot of woman friends, but most of my woman friends no longer live in Los Angeles. You know, whether they moved after college or they were high school friends, you know, basically they all moved. And now I'm in like a serious relationship, and it seems weird to make a new woman friend that I go hang out with.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's fine. I think once you're in like a serious relationship, it's easy to bring old friends of the other gender into the fold because like they were here. That's my friend, you know? But it looks a certain way if you like make a new really good friend of the other gender. You know what I mean?
No, I definitely agree. And then Miles, your take.
I mean, I will say that I'm not as close with my women friends since I had a girlfriend. And like maintaining those relationships, especially when you're not in a super close proximity to them, is different because I'm not going to go out of my way to communicate with this person. You know, like when I'm in college and I'm seeing this person, it's like, oh, what's up? You know what I mean? There's a reason for us to be around each other. You know what I mean? But like, there is no situation where I'm going to be around that girl and not my girlfriend. But then there's people from high school that like I still keep in touch with. Obviously, again, like I said, like I'm going to a wedding of someone, or like if there's a relevant like Instagram like post or a thing like that, you know what I mean? Like they'll swipe up or we'll swipe up, and like it's like, you know, like that type of thing.
I think to consider someone a really good friend though, you need to hang out with them one-on-one.
I don't say but was the question really good women friend or like just women friend?
Well, women friends, because basically I went on a rap TV dating show. And the question that got brought up, I think even by me, I think I was really instigating here, was, yo, like, is it a red flag if you're like a guy and you have a girlfriend but no woman friends? I felt like it was a red flag. But then I realized I hadn't even thought about your situation where it's like, all right, like if you no longer even live close to like your old friends, like you're not going to make new ones because like that takes time and a lot of work. And it's like, bro, you're not about to call some random girl up at like 9 p.m. at night. You know what I mean? Like that's just weird.
Yeah,
I don't think it's.
And also, I definitely made friends in college with some women that I was really close with that were like really, really flirty. Like that was a big part of the friendship. You know
like
what I'm
the
saying?
friendship was flirty or the girl
and it's
was
like
flirty?
the girl was. She
Yeah.
was that way with
That's
a
just
lot
her
of people.
personality.
Yeah, and that's not really someone you can keep around when you're in a serious relationship.
Yeah.
To be completely honest.
I mean, it's definitely got to be dialed back, or there's got to be an understanding.
I don't believe you believe that.
What?
That's cap.
What? That's
I'm
not someone you
sorry.
can keep around?
No, that's cap. That person can't control that.
They definitely could. They just choose to be that way. They choose to like spice things up a little bit.
But
That's
so
how they prefer to move through life.
But but then at a certain point that also tells you that like this person does not value actually being my friend.
I don't think so. I think that's just how people are.
Well,
because if that person wants to be your friend, no, not acting on it, but that's what I'm saying. Like if they're not acting on it and they genuinely want to be your friend, I think anyone with logic knows you gotta, if you have a flirty disposition, they probably know that, especially at our big ass age, you know, like once you get in a relationship, you gotta dial that back.
Yeah.
You gotta
you're
chill.
saying once you're not the flirty person, but the
once,
person.
Yes, once your friend, you know, like that's respect. I feel like that's basic, you know, and like.
Well, these are things that went through my head when I made the decision to distance.
Yeah, of course.
There's a knob you could turn down, like at work, for example. Like you're not gonna flirt with your coworkers. You know what I'm saying?
Never.
Or not too much. Just a little bit, but like not too much.
And see, this is what gets cut out.
No, I mean,
no, axed.
well, but in business,
you can't say that.
I think in business there is a little bit of just like, you know, like coquettishness. You know what I'm saying? Coquettishness. You know.
What the hell does that mean?
No, I think he did. I think he used that word right.
I'm just saying I don't know what it means.
That's a fire word.
You got to be
bro.
a little back and forth, a little banter. You know what I'm saying? But you're not gonna act on it.
I'm dictionary checking
You gotta
right
be
now, but that might have been the coldest thing you've ever done, bro.
Ooh.
I think it's very valuable to be able to be playful with somebody in a business setting. You know what I mean?
But there's a line, and I feel like the word playful that takes it way too far.
I think flirty takes it too far. Or
I
coquette.
think
Coquette
flirty
is a
innocent.
woman who flirts.
Oh,
So
it
that's
can't be a
That
man.
was ish. Nah.
That
Playful
just
is
feels-
like, I just like to play around.
that should be gender neutral. I feel like.
I don't think you should be playful in business. I think I think the word you're using is wrong.
You know what I'm saying? I don't like that
I think
word.
I think you should be personable, is what both of you are saying.
I think
Okay.
that's probably what I'm trying
Not
to say.
flirty, not any of that. I think the whole thing, even when you have a girl and you're approaching women, because I think it is difficult to maintain those friendships. But if you're a guy out there, just interact with women and don't make them feel uncomfortable. I
Yeah.
feel like that is so normal, even though that's the bare minimum. I'm sorry, but like, you're not gonna look weird. It's not gonna be a red flag if you can just be in a room of women and not make everyone be like, why the fuck is this guy here?
Yeah.
You know?
No. I hear what you're saying. I want to add on to that. Like, I feel like it even goes beyond that. It's like,
Oh, it goes,
everybody-
wait, that's the bare minimum. I'm saying.
yeah, that's bad. But everyone has discernment. You kind of know when you're pushing the boundaries, getting a little edgy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you can draw. There's a dial. You can dial it back for sure. Especially if you value those relationships and want to maintain those relationships. I'm mostly speaking to like if you have like 0 women around you like ever. Like, I feel like
Yes.
that's a red flag. 'Cause
That's
it's
a
like,
red flag.
It's like, why?
Yeah.
You
And
know?
also, I feel like when you're in a relationship, it's like your girlfriend is probably gonna bring the women around, and I'm gonna bring the
1,000%.
men around, and we're all gonna hang out together.
And I think it is
Exactly.
weird. I think this is weird. If you're single to not have any women friends, that's weird to me.
I agree.
That's a red flag.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in a relationship, fine, makes sense. You don't have to really question that. Your girlfriend will probably bring women around, like, so you're around women.
And you'll be friends with them.
Yes, of course. But yeah, if you're single, you should have women friends. Or that's
1,000%.
probably, and if you don't, that's why you're single.
Mm.
Damn game. What up, y'all? Welcome back to the Industry Plans Podcast.
What is good? Episode 154.
Back at y'all, man.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Good little week. I went back home this weekend, bro, so I feel very rested and rejuvenated.
You're not even gonna tell the people who we are?
Oh my God, I forgot. I'm Miles. To my left, we got Spencer. To my right, we got Osei. Guys, I was excited to pod.
I know.
Deadass was ready to get into it,
You
bro.
want to tell everyone about going home and shit?
Nah, bro, because my thing is like not even the vacations or like whenever I leave, it's like I'm very excited to get back to it now. Because when I appreciate what I have here, I do like it here.
Yeah.
You know, this doesn't
Yeah.
feel like a bad place to be at. How y'all been living though?
Good, man. I've been feeling good. I took a little break this weekend, you know?
Yeah,
Stayed in a little bit.
detached, unplugged.
Nah, never
Oh,
unplugged. I'm always plugged in.
So what was the break? What did you take a break from?
I just didn't go out Saturday.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Rested.
You know what I'm saying? You could be anywhere in the world, but I chose to be my room, you know?
Exactly.
So
I think you need that. I think those times as I get older are very essential. And it's like, you need to just collect your thoughts some days. How
Yeah.
do I feel about all this shit that's going on, you know?
Mhm.
How was your weekend though, Spencer?
It was the same, bro. I also unplugged in my own way. I love the fall, especially these last couple weeks of October. I love Halloween.
That's funny because I think fall Spencer might be my least favorite Spencer.
Why?
You know? I think I
Why?
determined that. I think I determined that about 22 minutes ago.
Is it because I become like the most? I think this is when I'm the whitest.
I agree.
Is it? I agree. I agree. I think in the fall is when I lean all the way into like all the white things I do.
But you're probably the best white person I know.
oh, we're gonna clap it up for that.
So it's like,
wow.
but something else is like, wait, Spencer never like what is that? What's up with you right now? You know what I mean? Why would you say that? You know, I don't know.
Well,
You
you're
just-
making it sound like I'm saying racist things.
no, you don't say nothing racist. Nothing racist. You just be on your pumpkin spice latte.
For sure, listening to indie rock.
No. And once niggas start talking about shoegaze, he said shoegaze one too many times today, and I was like,
I've been
all right,
listening to
guy.
a lot of shoegaze, a lot of dream pop.
Yeah.
God forbid I catch a vibe, bro. It's the fall. It's cold
You know,
outside.
You know, I can't be mad at it though. But then we have football.
yeah.
We bond over football. So,
Right.
you know, I'm glad that you stay inside, rested.
Well, I didn't stay inside to rest.
Oh, you was out.
I just what I like to do in the fall, specifically right around Halloween, this weekend before Halloween, when a lot of people are throwing Halloween parties and all the decorations are in full effect, is I like to go for like a 4 to 5 hour pilgrimage around the city by foot. You know, alter my headspace a little bit and just journey the city. Because in that state, sometimes the Halloween decorations can be real life scary.
He's capping.
You know what I'm saying?
He's capping. You did not walk around LA.
For 5 hours on last night, on Saturday night.
What neighborhood were you in?
I walked all the way from where we're at right now, which is LACMA. I made it all the way to Doheny in Washington. So far away.
By Culver or by, no? Or
Yeah, down close to Culver. And then I did some loops through Mid-City and then a lot in Beverly Hills. But I was just trying to walk all the streets and really see all the decorations. I love like walking by a Halloween party and seeing people arrive and listening to people talk and like, I don't know, there's just something in the air, you know? I like seeing it.
Honestly, that was pretty beautiful. You know what I realized?
No, that's white shit I'm talking about.
But you know what
that's the white shit I'm talking about, exactly.
And I acknowledge you saying I agree, of course.
Yeah.
But you know what I realized is like when I'm not around y'all, like I thought I could like imagine y'all's lives, but I have no idea what y'all be on. I have zero idea. Like that, what you just said right there, that was I can't even imagine a day like that.
I think I'm
yeah, it's crazy.
I think I might be the most predictable person in the world. If I'm not with my girlfriend, I'm probably at the crib. Maybe if it's like a good month, I'm at the gym or
hooping,
you know,
playing video games,
you know,
playing Madden,
you know. That's really. I'm a pretty simple guy, you know, or here. I'll be here a lot, you know what I mean? I'll be with y'all niggas. If I'm not with y'all and Selena, like most people are like, whoa, what's happening right now? Where is this guy?
I mean, I like having your location because every now and then I'll check that app. And if you're somewhere random, I'm like, what could he be doing over there?
I wonder what I'm in random place. I go out for work. If I'm doing work shit, work takes me at least 3 random places a week.
Isn't it great to be in random places?
I enjoy it. That's
why I do shit like that. I live for stumbling into random places, especially in LA.
Yeah.
When you can like stumble into the most random but awesome shit in the world.
Nah, definitely. And like I wasn't like all the way tied to a desk. So I was moving around like it was fun to just be at work half day and then go do an adventure, you know?
Right.
We're yapping. We're gonna start off with our 3 artist stock ups for the week. I'm really excited about this one. I think we have some really cool people. Who wants to start off?
I'll start this week. My artist stock up for the week is Yeat. Yeat popped out at Complex Con, not only with a really great performance with a lot of friends and guests on Saturday, but also with a new collection with Nike. He started by dropping, I think it was a t-shirt, shorts, a jacket, and a balaclava. You know, staying true to the brand, a little shiesty for Yeat. But then he also previewed a new sneaker, which looks really cool. It's kind of like this leathery industrial workwear silhouette.
It's a boot. It's like a work boot. He gave it to Sexy Red, and she was like, oh, "Thank you."
Did you like it?
What do I do with? No.
I thought it was kind of cool.
It looks like a work shoe my dad would wear.
Like, I mean, but it's like kind of like shiny.
I mean,
it's
like
Nike,
a little
bedazzled.
The thing is, like Nike literally has a work boot like that. Like I don't know, you know, like the ones that are typically brown and green, like the beef and broccoli Johns.
Yeah.
It looks like one of them, you know, which is like it's all right. But I think people like those though. I think a lot of the people that wear the big baggy black pants wear them.
Yeah, I think it's a great time for a boot. And I think this is actually cool brand synergy for Yeat because I think a lot of people would have expected him to go underground, edgy. Like streetwear, but I think this is more true to his brand, which is really just at this point like the biggest. You know what I mean? Like in this world, he is the biggest. I kind of feel like the Nike like clothes can be kind of cool. I feel like he sports a lot of Nike clothes. I feel like it was a pretty good match.
I'm actually on the same page as you, just because like I don't think Yeat is my favorite, but what I have noticed is he was one of the pioneers of this kind of underground rage sound that I think has really taken over. He was the one who started it off, blew up. He had the Cole Bennett video, all of that. He's at the forefront of whatever's going on with this. And I think that now his goal is to break into the mainstream. And I think Zach Bia has a really like dedicated effort to doing that. If you ever see Yeat, Zach Bia's with him 99% of the time. Like there's that small team right now that seems to have a vision for him that they're trying to execute. I don't know if I love it every time, again, musically, but I at least see them moving in the right direction, collabing with big brands, popping out the shows, being visible. He's not covering his face all the time.
Yeah, they're developing the brand, and I will say from a music standpoint, that tape that he dropped this summer was my favorite Yeat project to date. I do feel like he's developing his sound. I do feel like he's becoming a better rapper. But yeah, all in all, I just think they're really developing his brand, developing his sound, and I think his stock is definitely up.
I fuck with it.
For my artist, I'm going to go with K1. I'm going to be honest. I think I was more of a passive K1 listener, but she came to LA and I wasn't able to come out to the concert, but I did pop out to the Jellyman activation she did. And just seeing her with fans and obviously hearing the music in like Childish Gambino space, I feel like put it in a different context. First, super cool, super nice person. But also too, I mean, she really got bangers from like Back of the Club to Do What I Say. I feel like the music to me is just this like new age, like UK R&B that's coming out that's really like sweeping. I feel like she's part of the movement that Sasha Kibo and like Odile are part of too. And the shows have looked dope. Also, I didn't know that she was Nigerian. That's just been funny to find out. She's got a crazy accent that be coming out during
That is so
the shows.
funny.
Yeah, bro. It adds to the overall persona.
That
I'm not even
adds
gonna lie.
a lot to everything.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Me for K1 is interesting because I think that vocally, she's not on the same par that I would put Odile, Sasha, all of them.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what makes her really dope is the producer side of things.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she's a real connoisseur of music.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she appreciates the old school shit. Like, she's going to sit down in the interview and tell you all of her favorites and how they played into this song and how, you know what I mean? Like, it all makes sense that she's just like a really dope music fan. And that's why I think she's going to win, because she's trying to make stuff that's going to be, I don't think she goes into shock value, but she knows how to do the really sexual stuff and make it still like it feels like a moment, you know, without being corny or crass.
Yeah,
and I think that's why it's going to cut through though.
Yeah, and I'm excited for more music from her because I do also think that part of my like blind spot with her was that she popped out with Kehlani. Like, I feel like that was the main story for me at first, where I was like, oh, this is just like Kehlani's artist or somebody that's coming up underneath her. But kind of like seeing like the shows and seeing like performance footage, hearing more of the music, I really feel like she's a star in herself, bro. I feel like she can really pop out and do her own thing.
And
so
I don't think it's about Kehlani, but shout out to her, because I think that one dope thing that she does is like she puts her people that work with her in a position to be whatever they want to be. So like, if you want to be producer, songwriter, and play the background, like, you can do that. But if you also have aspirations of doing bigger things, she's obviously going to like let you go and do that, but she's also going to support you. She's going to do the features. She's going to come to your shows. I think that's really, really cool.
What was the activation you said you went to?
So she popped out at Jellyman, which is in, I think, like Silver Lake. Yeah, it's in Silver Lake. It's Childish Gambino's boba shop.
Oh, okay. I heard you say Gambino, and I didn't know what you were talking about.
Yeah, cool. So I think everything is cool. I think the packaging of it is cool. I think the marketing is cool. I think even ideas like that, where you're kind of like placing her in like these like cool hit places that are like a little bit more low key.
Yeah.
Right? Like, people know, but people don't really know.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was.
And I think like connecting those dots early on is important for artist development. So I'm really into the movement. I'm excited to see what she does next. I feel like the tour has been looking really good too. I think she's just popping out in New York tonight. So
Dope. Shout out to her. Shout out to her. For my artist stock up, I'm gonna do Young Thug. And I had to think about this one because Thug has been someone who is obviously always going to be in the news, but probably hasn't been talked about in a positive light for weeks at this point.
Yeah.
While he's obviously a legend, I think the biggest part of his story has been YSL and how he's not just been an artist himself, but I think time and time again, he's supported and popped out with a bunch of young artists and really found ways to creatively build their careers. And falling out with Gunna, who's probably the most successful story of this, it's kind of like, damn, Gunna's no longer there. You lost Keed, RIP, of course, but there's no one in the YSL umbrella that we were talking about before that we really think is going to be next up. He's obviously at Complex Con, does a performance, and he pops out with two of his newest signings, Teezus and this kid Diamond. Both of them is young niggas from Atlanta. They've been around for a minute now. I want to say they're like around like 27, 28, but they give young nigga energy, but have a really thought out and understood aesthetic already. And they fit into the kind of where music's going thing now, like where you see like Nine Vicious and all them. And I think Nine might be a part of YSL. I just keep hearing a lot of drama, like Thug dropped him, he didn't, I don't know. But if he is, Nine Vicious is also dope. But I just think that Thug wrapping his arms around a new crop of young artists and really supporting them, bringing them out on opportunities like this is a really dope thing that he's doing.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with these two artists that he signed. You said have they been bubbling for a while? Or are they pretty low key?
They're in like the underground space, like known. Like
Okay.
they've been doing shit for probably 8 months, I'd say.
Oh, okay.
Like I've known about them.
the more I see the progression of Thug and YSL now, the more I wish that with the rebranding of maybe the logo, he honestly just scrapped that whole idea and did something new. Because I definitely feel like YSL, for me, that original group of people can't really be replaced. And I don't think that this new crop is representative of what that old crop was representative of. I feel like this is a whole new idea. You know, I think at Nine Vicious, 1300 Saint, Teezus, all these people just are a completely different sound and different like vibe to me. And I think Thug needs to start new.
Well, the only
To be
reason
honest.
why I'm not mad at it still being YSL is because he's coming up with Atlanta artists. Like he's doing it in the same way that he was doing it before. I think music is just at a different place. But him still going homegrown with it makes it feel like it's the same formula that he was doing before. So I fuck with it. Shout out Thug. Shout out the young niggas.
Did these moves make you revisit Uai Scooty?
No, that's a bad album.
Have you gone back to Uai Scooty?
I tried. There's a couple songs.
Like, what's standing out to you? I gotta get some songs to go back to.
Like I said before, Sad Spider and
Blame
whatever
Jesus.
song is before Blaming Jesus is good. The song before Sad Spider, is that Blaming Jesus?
Yeah, I think so.
The song with Lucci, is that
That
Blaming
one's
Jesus? Or,
Yeah.
fuck.
Blame Jesus.
There's like
is
two
the one
songs.
with
There's
Lucci.
like two songs that I like on that project.
I haven't listened to it again, but I think I'll let a little more time pass and then I'll go back and see what I really think.
It's really the album cover and that first song that just ruined it, low key.
Yeah.
It just made it, I think the first song, while it is like turned up, I feel like it just made it feel very unserious. Like it was like kind of like a joke. And the album cover paired with it, it's just like, all right, dude. Like,
Yeah, bro, those are the first two things you see from this album. The first visual identity you have for Uai Scooty officially, and then the first thing you hear. Like it's pretty hard to come back from that.
We're diving deep. We know we hate Uai Scooty.
I can't dive.
We don't like that. Let's talk
You're not
about
gonna let me
music.
dive in it?
Oh. That's a K1 lyric.
Would you let K1 dive in it?
Let's talk about niggas who drop music that we did like. I want to start off with Spencer's main op, Leon Thomas.
It's crazy that that's being branded like that. I love Leon Thomas.
I'm not, 'cause
I just think we do this too much where we compare things and then we get in these headspaces. Comparison is the thief of joy. Leon Thomas is dope.
That's not your op. He dropped his new EP Folk, and it is incredible. I was listening to this all weekend, front to back, every single song. He has been on, I think, my favorite run in R&B now the past 18 months, I want to say. He gave us Mutt album, Healed, Deluxe of Mutt, and this now. That's a lot of hits. Like a lot of really, really good music.
Yeah, I mean, just off this project, 5 more minutes, and then what is it, Muse or My Muse? My Muse are incredible, but I can't stop listening to Baccarat. I told Miles the other day or yesterday that I've been listening to Baccarat on repeat. I probably listened to it like 20 times already.
I think that My Muse and 5 More Minutes are for everyone who has loved all the other Leon stuff. If you're a fan of Leon, you're gonna tap in. You're gonna be like, okay, this is a little bit funkier, maybe a little more in that Lucky Day vibe is kind of how I would describe it. But this is dope. I fuck with this. Then you get to Trapped and Baccarat. Those two are probably my 2 favorites on the project, just because they're so left for him. Like, and it's not like I've heard, and just like Leon obviously coming up, he's really big on instrumentation, music. It's him, Freaky Rob, crazy name, but shout out to you. He plays guitar, and D Phelps is on drums. And it's really just them 3 doing everything. And Leon has always kind of loved rock music and that type of vibe, but maybe hasn't always found the perfect way to meld it into his music and just that energy. And I think that the way that he did it on those 2 songs is amazing. That shit was really special to me.
It kind of was, those songs specifically reminded me a little bit of his music before he blew up. Like the album before Mutt, like
Electric
the song,
Dust.
Blue Hundreds,
Right.
kind of has this, like that's still maybe my favorite Leon Thomas song, and it kind of still has that energy of Baccarat. The guitar's a little bit more present. It's a little bit more like something's happening. It's not as smooth.
Yes.
You know what I mean? There's like a lot of forward motion.
Those songs are very, because it's smooth is how I would describe a lot of Leon's music.
Right.
And when that shit comes in, it's like punchy, bro.
Definitely.
Yeah, he's going crazy. And did y'all see that Mutt went top 10?
Yeah.
I did.
That's
Because
incredible.
the new rules were needed. Did you guys see the change of rules for the Billboard charts?
Nah.
There's basically tiers for how long like a song can stay on the charts before it just drops all the way off. So, let me pull these up so I'm not misquoting.
Whoa, wait, this is a good industry topic, bro. Damn.
I didn't even see that. And I would question why, low key.
I love
It's
that.
because
though.
the charts were so stale and everyone was aware of it. Like everything was just sticking. So they put in some things to get shit in and out a little bit more.
Just something so they could post.
I mean,
just
do
something to
you want
post.
to circle back at this at the end?
Well, so let's circle back to this.
Okay.
But shout out to Leon. I think that he's gonna have a very, very long career. I think that he's making it scary for a lot of R&B niggas. Like I heard, obviously, like niggas is hip to him. People know about him. But when I heard this, I was just like, he could keep going. Because we were debating a couple weeks ago about like, does he need to drop? Should he go away? If you're giving us music of this quality, keep putting out music to me. Why not?
Yeah,
I'm pro that. So shout out to him. An R&B nigga he might have made a little bit scary for us, Daniel Caesar.
Oh, I don't think he did.
I was going back and forth from both of these albums. He dropped his new project, Son of Spurgy, and I don't want to compare, of course, because this album deserves to be talked about on its own. Beautifully written, beautifully performed. It's so easy to listen to because it's like comforting and reassuring a little bit. It's like it's light. It feels kind of light to me. I don't know if you guys got that at all.
Yeah.
Like his voice is obviously super beautiful and like powerful, but he's just like it's soothing.
Yeah,
It's soothing throughout. I really, really enjoyed this. The standout for me is what's track 3? I'm blanking.
See, I wish I had my phone too, because like
You go.
the song titles are hard.
yeah.
Call on me, Baby Blue. Oh my God, those two.
Yeah, this album has grown on me every single time I've put it on. I'm just the biggest Daniel Caesar fan in the world, so it's easy to impress me. But honestly, at this point, I'm blown away. I've listened to it so many times. I really, really love this record. Some of those songs initially that didn't like blow me away, like Root of All Evil or Sign of the Times, even though that one got me off first.
Yeah, I was
listen.
gonna say
Sign
Sign
of the
of the Times is fire.
It's a great song.
But like Root of All Evil is a good example.
Who knows?
Who
bro?
knows?
Who knows? Shout out Romeo.
Man, those two songs,
You did some
they don't
things.
have like the wow, take your breath away moment that some Daniel Caesar songs have. Like they really, when you really dig into those riffs and the instrumentals, it's so perfect, bro.
I was gonna say on my side, Who Knows, and then the song with Blood Orange, but I forget what it's called.
Something about God.
That one bothers me just
What,
because
you don't
of
like
the
the God
title.
song?
No, I like the song. I'm just saying it bothers me because I want Blood Orange to sing on it.
Oh, yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like I see the name, I'm like, wow, that would sound incredible in my ears.
Yeah.
It's just like background vocals.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I was like, what could be? But it's a great album, honestly. I think for me, I'm in the same bucket as you, Spencer. Daniel Caesar has never put out a project I have not liked. I didn't know people didn't like Case Study 01. I thought that was pretty, because I think some of his biggest songs are on there. Fucking Love Again and the other one, Cyanide.
Is that a narrative?
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't know about that either.
I feel like that was the project he released right after the scandal.
It was.
So that was the one where people were like, we off this. We're not trying to hear this right now from you, Daniel. Chill out.
Yeah.
Strangest scandal in music history.
It wasn't, yeah, and calling it a
Strange.
scandal is even extra. Niggas just didn't like him.
Strange.
I don't know if if this project has as many wow moments as those for me. But I love it. It's easy to listen to top to bottom. I'm gonna keep going back to it so I could see it growing on me more. But yeah, great album from him. Seriously.
Yeah, that's a tour I'm gonna need to catch.
Definitely.
Saw him at Flognaw last year, and it was one of the most. He probably has the most incredible live vocal in the game to me right now, in terms of just like going to see somebody just sit there and sing. He's not gonna dance around the stage.
Yeah.
There's not gonna be no crazy visuals. He's gonna sit there and play the guitar and sing. He's gonna sit there and play the piano and sing, and it's gonna make you cry.
Do you think he's not doing Flognaw because he's about to announce a tour?
Probably.
Okay.
Probably.
I feel like that makes sense.
They're cool. They're
Radius
cool.
clause and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now, the last album that I think we have to talk about that could be a contender for the best project we listen to.
Yeah.
Dave dropped The Boy Who Played the Harp. And I've known about Dave. I think we've all known about Dave, but I was not expecting this.
Yeah.
This album is not super like, I'm going to go and play this for all my friends. You know, like I'm like, there's some projects where I'm like, I'm excited to get in the car and like play with someone else and get their reaction. And like, this is more like I send this to people who like I know are going to appreciate it and be like, yo, tell me what you think about this.
Yeah.
It's super introspective. It's great technical rapping. It's amazing production that is never overbearing or out of place. It's very cohesive without it being like an overwhelming concept album. I think Dave is at the peak of his powers, 27, 28. I mean, it seems like he's priming, but this was a great intro for people who maybe didn't know about him all the way.
Yeah. To me, this was just like his past two releases.
Yeah.
In the same way. And it, like, to your point, it almost, in terms of art, it almost feels to me like a really good book, as opposed to like a song. You know what I'm saying? Where, like you said, I don't think I'm going to replay this over and over again.
The replay value isn't crazy.
There are songs I really like that I'll go back to, but the impact that it had on me after just one listen, you know what I mean? The concepts are so rich. There's so much self exploration and is done in such a unique way that it had like a profound impact off me on first listen. So sometimes that's all you need is to create a really impactful experience through one. I'll definitely go back and listen to it. There are songs that I really love, but just that first listen experience was incredible. It was one of the best I've had this year for sure.
Yeah, and it's not often I listen to music and I'm like, this could like help people.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, if there are people who like get this message and hear this is really like therapy for you. I don't know. I love Dave. I think he's special.
Yeah, I mean, I said this in the reaction and I'll double down. I think he could be the best rapper alive.
Is he ever going to get that respect though?
No. But
why not? What would Dave have to do to get that respect? Because for some reason, like, and I know what it is. Because I think Central C does the commercial thing that I don't know if Dave is even aspiring to do. And like, you know, they obviously have that crossover with Sprinter and like he has his moments that have gone crazy, but Dave doesn't seem to be chasing a like radio hit. And I do think that it may remain in the States only I'm talking about. Because worldwide, I think that niggas out of here. But in the States, it might be like a if you know thing. Like niggas who is really appreciative of that shit.
Yeah, I mean, because it's not only niche like hip hop, like conscious rap. It's also like UK. It's the same reason that Little Sims isn't ever going to get the respect as undoubtedly the best woman rapping right now. It's just pen to paper.
Yeah,
but that's exactly what she is.
I think you got to play the game. I think every artist has to play the game in order to achieve a certain level of success. You have to show up to the conferences. You gotta like shake the hands, kiss the babies. You know what I'm saying? At some point, you do have to like put yourself out there in a way that I don't think Dave ever does, and I don't think he ever will do.
I mean,
but I feel like he definitely like uses his fame to like do shit that he likes to do. You know,
that nigga was on a TV show.
What TV show?
Top Boy. No?
I didn't even see it.
Was he not on Top Boy?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he was on Top Boy.
I can imagine, yeah.
Also, I would say you do have to do those things to be like the biggest rap superstar in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just saying he could be the best. There's like less than 5 people that I'll say skill-wise could be the best rapper in the world right now. It's him. It's Kendrick. You could put Little Sims there.
Well, I might put like Freddie Gibbs before.
You could put Freddie Gibbs there.
But Little Sims up there. Let me not like scoff at her.
Yeah, I don't know.
I used to say Boldy, but I don't think the recent projects have been strong enough. I feel like those 4 who I'll give you right now.
I feel like you're just going into your favorites.
I feel like
you feel like these are the best rappers in the world.
Skill wise, yeah, I think I do tend to like the best. Like there's a reason I like who I like. It's because they're the best.
I mean, I think Kendrick, Freddie are both like unanimous. What Pusha T, Tyler.
I mean, Dave be talking about
not even Tyler's up there, I guess.
I don't think it's Tyler, and I don't think it's Push. I think
what is the best, like lyricist?
Malice.
It's flow, content. It's flow, content,
Jid,
lyrics, rhyme schemes. You could put Jid there.
Then you're putting Push. I'm sorry, not putting Pusha T there is disrespectful.
I put Malice there before Push. I think Malice had a better year.
I put both of them
over Dave.
No, in the conversation with Dave.
Top 10. I think top 5. Top 5. I'm happy to say Kendrick, Freddie, Dave, Jid.
Dave is top.
Dave's the top 5 skill rapper in the game.
Dave is arguably top 5, comfortably top 10.
Without a doubt.
Can we say that?
Yeah, and I'd like to stick to that topic. I don't know about these other artists you're naming, but anyway.
I do want to say though that the stardom shit is only in the US, not worldwide. Like he's crazy big in the rest of the world.
Yeah, I agree. And I think I'm with you when it comes to like even your point about Top Boy. I think Dave is likely to pop out to things that he wants to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like be on like Top Boy specifically as a TV show or pop out to like a big soccer game. You know what I mean? I don't think he's like above these things. I think he's like leverages his fame to like do things he wants to do. But I'm saying like really play like even like the Grammy game, right? You know, there's certain people that you have to talk to, have to meet, have to get dinner with.
Does he give a fuck about a Grammy?
Probably. At some level. I don't think he gives a fuck enough to like do it, to do the game, to play the game. But like, he probably does care.
But it's
Grammy, let's be honest,
American?
that's an American award.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like he just doesn't give a fuck about America.
Dave's gonna go win a Mercury Prize.
Is a Grammy an American award?
I think
something that's recognized worldwide.
No, I think that's why they have
recognized worldwide.
No, but there's a reason they have categories called Best Latin Music, Best African Music. They'll give you a Grammy for your country, but when we're talking about record of the year, album of the year, hip hop record of the year,
it's gonna be American.
I think it's an American award.
Well, then if you are right about that, then the idea of a Grammy is going to die. eventually.
No, because everyone has an award.
Because let's be honest, like the US is cool still, but like we're diminishing in cool. Like now other countries are finding they're cool.
And I'm not standing here saying that you can't win an award from the UK. Obviously, Adele swept up. Like there are acts that like will win Grammys as English artists, but I'm just saying I don't think Dave is one of them.
He could if he wanted to, but I just don't think he cares to. From what I see, the way he's moving. But the project's great. If you haven't heard it, definitely tap in. Dave is one of them.
There was another album we listened to on stream that I think we should talk about.
There? You want to go to the different white man than I was going to do?
Let's talk about the Ian album. I think it was an album that we all came in with really low expectations for. To be honest, I don't think any of us have been fans of the music that Ian has made. Miles, I know you were kind of like supportive of him getting better and the steps that he was taking, and you thought that he was always authentically himself. I think I felt the same way, but I felt like the music was bad. But then we got this new album, 2005, right? Which is the year he was born. And it was kind of a deviation away from what we've known him to do. It seemed to really pull from its influences. What did you think of the project, Miles?
I think that Ian is a nice kid. You know, I don't want to like, I would never want it to come off like you said in the reaction, you know, I don't want it to come off as hate, but I think that with the way that Ian looks in the space that he's occupying, I think there's always going to be an initial like kind of tilt of the head, like, okay, what are you doing here? Like, what is your space in this? And I think for him, he's a true fan of rap music. I think that him diving more into the producer side of things is easily the most interesting thing he's done career-wise, because I think he showed legitimate promise on this. Like the shit that he was making from a production standpoint was very impressive. Like we said in the reaction, if you haven't seen that, go check that out. Fucking bro, I want niggas to get the Ian packs. Like I want him to really collaborate with some of our favorites. I think that would be dope. The raps and the storytelling wasn't super interesting to me on like a second listen, because nigga, I was driving all weekend, so I'm like, you know, like I know we're gonna have to talk about this. Let me like try to spin this like one more time, you know, front to back.
Yeah,
and it's just like I don't know why I should care yet, and that sounds so harsh yet, but like, you know, it's more so like I don't have a personal connection with him yet.
Yeah,
I think he's still trying to figure out the music piece, which is fine. And then maybe once he gets the music to a point where he's like, I feel really confident in this, now I can build out the brand a little bit more. But I think people do like his brand, but it's just not, it hasn't hit me yet.
Jose, cool. What did you think, Jose?
I just don't understand why we're giving this kid time. To be honest, because if this weren't somebody that was super viral, like we would not be giving this time at all. This album was a mess. This album was a mess, and like Ian's not particularly good. The gimmick is up, and now the music is not shining through.
But there's so many worse albums than this.
Like what?
I think that
name something worse that we've listened to that we actually gave time on our platform
to listen to a whole album.
A Thursday night, bro.
I didn't.
I had to listen to this.
I'm not gonna.
You know what I mean?
No. I have answers, but I'm not gonna do that.
No, do it.
Because I can't think of an album that we've listened to.
I can't think of one.
We tried to listen to the Yeat album.
Nah, bro. Yeat is actually
the one that we couldn't even. There's been reactions we haven't finished, bro.
No, yeah, he's right. The 2 albums ago, we didn't finish that album.
Oh, you're saying the Yeat project that we didn't listen to all the way through is worse than this?
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that.
I got through this on stream. Like I was like, I can fit. We were skipping shit at the end. This album has low points.
I feel like the thing is with Yeat, you know how we're having that conversation of like, oh, this isn't for me. I do think Yeat is talented. I think Yeat is a lot more talented than Ian. I just don't think that music is for me. And I think as he has grown, he's kind of even branched off a little farther. Like, remember that like 2093 album that he dropped?
Yeah.
That, to me, I was like, I can't listen to this.
But I think that's the one we listened to, right?
It did have its own moment. And Yeat just performed a Complex Con. Like I can't be mad when I see like a movement and I'm like,
so
okay.
What's the difference between Yeat and Ian to you?
Yeat is wait. Yeat is way better than Ian. Let's not get it twisted. It's not even close.
And also way more. I would say way more innovative.
Okay.
In the sounds that he's making. I feel like
I agree with that.
What we said on the reaction, which does still hold true to me, is that a lot of what Ian does feels like reference tracks for other artists and like old reference tracks.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It feels like he's just trying to like he's trying to recycle a sound that was hot like maybe 10 years ago and like make it feel like it's brand new.
Yeah.
So
it's not great.
Yeat is a better rapper than Ian. Yeat has a way cooler brand than Ian. Ian's brand is low-key a joke. You know, it's like a gimmick.
I think his brand is a gimmick. His brand is what's killing it.
Yeah, Yeat has incredible beat selection and some of the most talented producers in the game, like Benny X, at his side. Like Yeat, like it's not close.
I'm more so asking not because I think they're the same. I'm just like, how does Ian get out of this funk it seems like he's in now? I feel like Ian might have reached a ceiling already. And if you're an artist who has now evolved a little bit more in terms of, I think we all can agree that the production, even if you don't like what he was saying, the production was decently impressive. And the fact that he was doing that himself, that's pretty good. How do you evolve this? How do you...
He drops a psychedelic album.
You can't pivot.
No, you got to pivot. I think it's time.
I think he should keep going. Let me say some nice things about Ian, because I think I like this album more than anyone else on stream. So I'll say I thought the first 2 songs were dope. Yes, derivative, but very listenable.
Yeah.
One of them got added. I liked them. I think there was, and that's coming from somebody that had maybe added one Ian song his whole career. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I historically haven't liked his music. I think he's moving in the right direction. I think it's cool that he's taking cues from legends and pulling on sounds that the youth today might not have been around for. You know, like keeping that spirit alive. And I think that could be a winning formula for him. I like that the album was 8 tracks or 9 tracks. That works in his favor. That could be a reason why we gave it the time, why we finished the record, as opposed to something like the Yeat album, because it was quick.
You know what I think is a problem with a lot of young artists? I think they have a hard time being genuine. I think like it's hard for newer artists to communicate like real emotions, whatever they are. Sometimes to me, when I listen to music, it just feels like they saying shit.
Well, yeah, Ian doesn't even know who he is yet. The kid is 20. But he hasn't figured out who he is. It's hard to be genuine when you don't even know who you are.
Nah, because there was like when you listen to a lot of niggas, like Nas was fucking 16 on Illmatic, you know, and not even gonna go all the way back to him. Mac Miller on Kids. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm just saying like young niggas have been making rap music before, you know, and like I think that I still felt what they were saying. Like there was a hunger. Ian's hunger wasn't communicated even when he was talking about it all the time for me. And that's why I think he has potential, because the subject matter of a lot of these songs, I was like, it's not a bad sentiment. You know what I mean? The message he's pushing isn't like a negative one. Like I think his head might be on straight. The production is cool. But it just didn't hit me in any way.
So I think this is probably part of the issue too, right? Because it is brand identity and he is a little bit of a gimmick, but when you talk about the we'll just call him part of the underground scene, or at least he comes from that, right? When you talk about that scene and he's being put to the forefront over like maybe a 1300 Saint, Until Japan, like these other artists that are probably equally, if not more talented, the question becomes why.
And I feel like why.
No, but let me finish though. I'm saying the question becomes why, because it's like, all right, like why? I guess this is my question. It's like, why are we listening to this? You know, why is he at the forefront? And then once you start asking those questions, then you're like, oh, this actually isn't that good. That's kind of what I'm trying to say, is like, he's being pushed to the forefront because it's a gimmick. And that's why we're giving it time.
Well, but there's been gimmicks before. There's been Mac Miller, there's been Eminem, but they were never gimmicks. Yes, they were. Yes,
I don't think Eminem was never a gimmick.
I think Eminem was definitely, even if they don't want to be, the white boy rapper is a gimmick.
But they were very serious.
It doesn't matter. The white boy rapper is a gimmick. It looks away. It does.
It looks away, but I think they were both actually taking the craft seriously.
Niggas were clowning Eminem. You see 8 Mile.
I mean, yeah, bro, but like, I think Eminem was really trying to rap the whole time. I don't think he was like, oh, like,
okay, well, let's not even go, like, I don't even want to sound like an old head. Let's talk about Mac Miller. Mac Miller's whole first part of his career before he started doing crazy drugs, that nigga was looked at as the frat rapper. Yeah. Like, people were not taking him seriously at all during Blue Slide Park and all that shit.
What do you mean by being taken seriously? Because his music was definitely being listened to.
Because that's why I almost think that the best song on this tape to me is the first one that gives me Mac Miller vibes. I think that Ian could have a Mac Miller trajectory if he finds himself, because I think your point of him being a 20-year-old is valid. I think that Mac Miller was respected by the youth. I think young kids, white kids, the same niggas who like Ian now were fucking with early Mac Miller. And then he just started to move around naturally. It was like, I just like being around Earl Sweatshirt. I just like being around Vince Staples, And all of a sudden, over the years, as he got older, his shit kind of changed and his music matured and he matured and he became someone that was loved by everyone. You know, so I'm like, I think Ian right now is at that early stage Mac Miller where he has the fans he's supposed to have. I think he's speaking to the audience he's supposed to speak to. And then as he gets older, maybe he's going to find a way to bring us in. Maybe he doesn't. But I think right now, the music he makes and the messaging is just never going to communicate with us.
I get what you're saying. In terms of Mac Miller, I feel like he was always respected, though. And I feel like Mac Miller low-key lost me for a second when he started making music with Flying Lotus. I was like, I don't get this.
Well, that's when he actually became respected. Before that,
he literally got respected.
No, I understand. What I'm saying to you is that I appreciated Mac Miller from the start as an artist, and then that part lost me, and then I came back.
So Donald Trump, cool. Mac Miller, you were like, I respect this.
Yeah, we were playing that shit.
We were playing that shit when we were kids. That's what I'm saying. Young niggas listen to Ian. Mm-hmm. But I don't think that like 25-year-olds or like, no, I'm not even gonna say 25-year-olds. I don't think like even like older niggas, like adults were not hearing Donald Trump like, I want to take over the world like this kid is talking about. You know what I mean? Niggas had 9-to-5s already. They lost their dreams.
It was definitely for a younger audience, just like I think the Ian music is. I don't think if kids came out today, we would have nearly the same opinion of it that we did.
Exactly.
I think it was a signal of the times, and I think Ian might be for the kids today. But I don't think his brand is as like Mac's music wasn't only talking about that, but it sounded like that. Whereas Ian's music doesn't really sound like that to me.
It's less focused. I'm giving him some credit, but you know, I'm just trying to. I'm giving him grace.
I think you're giving him a lot of credit.
I'm giving him
compare
grace.
him to Mac Miller and Eminem is crazy.
I'm not comparing him to Eminem. I think it's more Mac Miller than it is Eminem.
Yeah, and he has a lot of work to do. But we should talk about Mac Miller because we also got new Mac Miller music this week.
Yes. R.I.P. as always. Mac Miller dropped the 10th anniversary edition of Good AM.
Yeah.
3 new songs at the back end. We love Mac Miller.
Yeah.
That's the album that I think was it was 2015.
Right.
I think we were
15.
But we weren't even like, we weren't doing shit. You know what I mean? Like we didn't understand anything about life, but Mac Miller, I think, was kind of like the older person that was kind of giving us a peek into what like the next phase of life was about, for me at least.
Yeah.
Like that's why I really liked his music. Super fun. Some of my favorite songs are on there. These 3 new songs, I like 2 of them. The second 2. The first one wasn't my favorite, but I mean, I'm never going to be mad at new Mac Miller music.
Yeah, I also like 2 of them. And I just always want to shout out the way that the Mac Miller estate has moved.
Yeah.
Doing re-releases and including a couple songs from the vault.
Of the same era.
Yeah,
of the same era is really big. This was fitting.
Yeah, not really touching the music, not putting out things that he didn't want put out. Well, I guess you can't really say that.
Yeah.
But it seems like it's being handled with a lot of care, and it's continuing to keep his legacy alive and give his fans things to buy. New records, to ways to support, ways to hold on to the memory, things to listen to without ever like tainting his image.
Yeah,
you know?
It doesn't feel like a money grab, which I think is really important in these situations. Because again, this was such an important person. Like it'd be hard for me to put into words how like these people that help. I don't want to say help raise me because you know shout out my parents, but like I grew up with this shit. You know what I mean? These informed a lot of my early opinions about life and things like that. These are such impactful artists, and I think it's dope to see that music be able to be impactful for a younger generation too.
Yeah. And I mean, I just want to take a second to shout out this record because it was such an important record. I think this was really the moment where I fully saw the transition because I think I was a little young for Faces and that didn't hit DSPs.
You're going to talk about the love song.
Huh?
Are you going to talk about the love song on this one?
Yeah, I'm gonna shout it out because there are 2 songs that I think really shook me to like an emotional core and showed me things that maybe music hadn't showed me before, and that is Perfect Circle, Godspeed. It's one of my favorite Mac Miller songs of all time, and the pain on Godspeed, it's like a triumphant pain because he's so like big and the beat is so epic and awesome, but the voicemail is so heartbreaking to hear how he's lost connection with his people and how he's just gone down this path and totally lost his family. So it's that one, and then it's ROS, because ROS is a song that like I have continued to listen to every year, and it just really showed me a lot about the dimensions you can have while making hip hop music. You know what I mean? There's so many different things. You can talk about anything in the world with any different tone. You can say shit that shouldn't sound like it should belong in a rap song. But if you slides Mac Miller, if you can get it off, like it's gonna work, you know?
ROS is a really good love song. Shout out Doors. Shout out 2 Matches with Absol. Those are definitely my 2 favorites from there. Quickly on everything else, because I do think those are the main ones. Kehlani dropped a million different versions of Folded with some old R&B niggas. I fucking loved it. Tony Braxton, Neo. Thank you guys. They bodied that. Fucking incredible. And Tank, you are way too horny. The thing I said last week is still true. Over 38. Y'all niggas gotta chill. Tyler,
Go ahead.
Tyler, Ira Star, also dropped new music. We, Osei, like to argue over everything. Osei, you might have won this battle. The Tyler song might be better than the Ira song. Ira was her and Rema, so that was her little, I like that duo. I like her dipping into that bag. They needed to be making music together. Tyler was going for that radio shit.
For sure.
And it worked. Young Miami's mad about it. She said Tyler stole her song.
I have been seeing that. I don't get that.
I don't know, man. Young Miami, she pretty hot out here in these streets.
No, for sure.
She gonna get that. What the fuck? No, don't nobody care, gang.
No, that Tyler song is dope though.
Like beefing and being like, yo, you stole my record. Like, yo, you could have put the record out and niggas still wouldn't have gave a fuck. You could have put I'm hating on Young Miami. I'm hating on her. But we can hate on her. She fuck with Diddy. Tripping. Nasty.
This guy went through so many different emotions in like 2
literally.
minutes.
Noah Guy dropped a really, really incredible song. He always drops incredible music.
Yes.
He's one of the most talented upcoming artists.
Look at this guy.
What?
He knows a guy.
He knows a guy.
I know a guy.
Co-signing Noah Guy.
For sure. I feel
love
like
Noah Guy.
I've been
Noah.
talked about Noah Guy on this
fuck with
platform.
Noah Guy. I fuck with Noah Guy.
But yeah, that's my ... Just another incredibly strong offering. It sounds like it's going to be on his new record. Young Miko also dropped a heater this week.
Shouts out to her, bro.
Shouts
She's
out to
dope.
Young
I
Miko.
like her a lot.
Yeah. And then the new Sampha pack was dope as well.
Oh
I
my
really
God,
like
yeah.
the new Sampha music.
In all of this, I literally forgot. That is the thing I'm most excited to listen to. I'm gonna tap into that.
You're not gonna shout out Monty?
Oh my God, Monty Booker. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I mean, because now I'm going to over talk about it, but he dropped his album. Let me give that to you guys because I think it's important that producers drop projects. We actually might talk a little bit about that in the next segment. It is called Noise, parentheses, meaning. This nigga's so talented. If you are familiar with him, he works with Smino a lot like that, but whatever you think you're going to hear on this, I promise it's going to be left of center. It's really not like that at all. Incredible music, really creative, dope features. Clo the God, Vita, Smee's on there. Tap in for sure. Shout out Monty.
I'm gonna make a crazy comp. That Balance song, no feature on it, just a beat.
Yeah.
Gave me J Dilla Donuts.
Yeah,
That's what it reminded me of, bro. That was my standout, and there's not a rap verse on it.
That's the energy of the project, though. It's going back to that era.
Yeah.
Where it's like, watch me work for a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, this is why I'm so cold. Sorry for skipping over that. I just really was excited to get into broke nigga news. Kevin McCall, stop begging for a check on camera. It looks bad, bro. I'm so sorry. Are you familiar with Kevin McCall?
No.
All right.
Well, I wasn't before this shit.
You've heard the song Deuces, though.
Of course.
By Chris Brown. That's what he's saying to this nigga right now. So Kevin McCall is a songwriter and has worked with Chris Brown on several hits. I think the biggest one being Deuces. Obviously, he's a feature on the song. This nigga has been on a recent press run, not promoting anything, but saying how broke he currently is. The first time I see you on camera, shout out to our people over at Back on Fig, I can't see you pulling out your EBT card. That's crazy. That's crazy. When you pull out the wallet and say, look, I have nothing, and nothing comes out the wallet, that's some cartoon shit. That's some sitcom shit. I'm so sorry, gang. Look at yourself in the mirror. If you guys didn't know about Kevin, though, he's been doing this. If this was the first time I seen bro pop out, mental health, I'm so sorry, feel better. And still, check your mental health because something is definitely wrong with him, and we pray for him. I hope he gets better. But this nigga years ago has been accusing Chris Brown of not paying him for these records. Years ago has been accusing Chris Brown of just not looking out for him. And Chris has responded several times, but he since responded to this saying basically you can't walk across a broken bridge.
Yeah.
Or a burnt bridge or whatever. Like,
and that says some shit about being broke.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. It was very clearly a shot. It wasn't just right. He said it's even funnier when you're broke.
He said, what's funnier than a troll? A broke one.
There you go.
So everyone may fall on hard times. You are not susceptible to that. Like that's okay. Are y'all begging on camera though?
Nah, I didn't really understand the situation. I had like met Kevin McCall like a month and a half before this happened.
Yeah.
And then we were also on Back on Fig. So those two things colliding were very confusing in my mind.
You come into Kevin's life, it goes bad.
I think it was already bad before, to be honest.
I didn't know about it.
That's what it seems like.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't know. It was confusing. Definitely prayers up, because I feel like, you know what I'm saying, when I met him, I felt like he was a good guy. I was confused by the way that he actioned the message. I think there's better ways, you know what I'm saying, to be asking people for money. But, you know, I'm not begging on camera. It's not really, that's not me.
And I'm making jokes, but I'm sorry.
I mean, I'll play the other side and say it depends on how big the check is. Right? Because how much was he begging for? 20 bands?
25
bands. I don't know if that's enough to get me to beg for money on a big platform, but what I will say is I think Young Thug sent a tweet out pretty shortly after that clip aired and said, yo, hit my phone. Like, we got you. We're not trying to leave you behind. We just got busy. So...
No.
Huh?
That happened, and then he heard more of the information that they had been going back and forth, and he tweeted, oh, no, my bad. It came back, you looking crazy.
Oh, I didn't see the follow-up.
Yeah, I mean, there was some like crazy actual, and I'm not really familiar with this area. I think I briefly remember this like interaction, this altercation, but there were some allegations of like, you know what I'm saying, family getting involved and all that stuff.
I don't know about that.
So it's just like, I don't know. I feel like it's better if you just stay out of it.
I think pride is important sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm a very prideful person. I don't think I have a lot of ego, but it kicks in at the right time to tell me not to do certain things. I can't look like that in public.
Yeah, I mean, pride's important, but if I'm owed 100 bands...
If TMZ comes up to you
Yeah.
and you broke, ass out, looking broke, look like you look broke in the face, like you look like you don't have no money, raggedy, all the shit, you can't start singing on TMZ and your voice sound bad. There's a TMZ video of them interviewing Kevin McCall, and he obviously is like, you know how most celebrities with motion is like, get away from me, TMZ?
Yeah.
But the niggas with no motion is like, come, this is the motion. Like, come talk to me, please.
Yeah.
He gives TMZ a solid 20 minutes and covers every single different topic, but there's a brief little 2-minute portion when he's like, I could still sing, like I still got it. And he starts singing, and he sounds like he hasn't drank water in days.
Yeah, he looks crazy.
Just... Yeah,
but you went to a different topic.
Oh,
For 100 bands, bro, if I'm owed $100,000, I'm putting my pride to the side and begging on camera and waving my EBT card around.
But that's probably not the way you're gonna get.
You're not
the money,
gonna get
That's
the
a
100
down
bands.
payment on a house,
but
bro.
you're not gonna get it like
Well, okay,
that.
let me rephrase that. I'm only doing that if I've explored all other avenues. You know what I mean? If I'm owed money and I've explored all other avenues and they've all proven to be failures, I'm getting on back on Fig. I'm sitting down with Terrell and I'm saying, I'm owed money. Pay me my money.
I can't lie though. Now I see back on Fig as a whole different thing. Like, we definitely coming back, bro. I'm trying to get some Kevin McCall motion, bro.
More motion, please.
Nah, I mean, you gotta take your EBT card out.
For
Are
sure.
you going viral on back on Fig?
I'm about to print one out.
Shit, that's gonna be me on back on. No, yeah, prayers, Kevin McCall. Don't be looking bad in these streets, y'all. Prayers up for real. But on a more serious note, because I think that Kevin represents a reality that could happen to a lot of people who are done wrong in this industry, because songwriters and producers are criminally just underrepresented. And I think that through obviously working with a producer on the management side, but just being around you, like we're friends with an engineer, you know? I think so often a lot of the people that are integral to the way this music sounds and comes out and being as amazing as we all think it is, they never get paid, never get the attention they deserve, and get pushed to the background. And I think it's dope that in rap especially, it seems like the producers now are more personalities. The producers now are able to do the things like Monty just did, put out a project themselves. So I don't know. That's a conversation I think is worth having. How do you guys kind of see that world?
I don't know. I'm not like super in the trenches when it comes to like all that stuff. I do feel like it is weird because in most industries and most businesses, right, you get paid for your time. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that writers, producers, engineers, all the people that help work on music necessarily, unless they have pre-agreements, get paid for their time, right? They get paid for other things. Could you explain that process a little bit?
So I think that the best of the best, and I guess, yeah, so like framing this conversation for advice, like there's a couple of different ways you could go about getting paid as a writer or a producer. So if you're a songwriter, I think that's probably the most abstract job in the industry. Mm-hmm. You are the nigga. I've seen niggas walk in the room and say they're songwriters, and these niggas don't do shit. Mm-hmm. They just be sitting there looking like they thinking the whole time. You know? They'll say some bullshit here and there and it'll sound terrible or whatever, but there's some people who are really dope. Like it is a very important job when it's done well. And some of them in their case, because there's a chance that these songs never come out. There's a chance that nothing ever comes of them spending this time and energy that they took to not only use their talents, but drive out there, do all that stuff. So the best of the best charge a fee just to pull up.
Yes.
I'm not coming unless, but that's very rare.
So, okay. So to speak to that point, I don't know where Kevin McCall was at during his career when he was making songs for Chris Brown, because Chris Brown was also probably at his lowest, right? This was the Deuces era was definitely post like everything that happened with Rihanna, and like he was just like hated in the public eye.
But Chris Brown in that era was still making money.
Still making money, but like not necessarily like seen well in the public eye. Like I feel like there was probably not a lot of people working with him either. I feel like if you're Kevin McCall, you're probably up and coming during that time. You're probably not charging a fee to like walk in the studio with someone like Chris Brown because he's huge. So I just feel like the lines in the studio are blurred between all these different people. And if the music doesn't even come out, then you're not getting paid. I don't know about this specific situation because the music did come out, but I'll just say this. I think any type of business, whether it is a corporate consulting job or like a creative like freelance job, I think you need agreements in place before 100%. Anything happens.
And now that's the biggest problem with the music industry and why this is such a tricky situation is because you can't put down like a written contract and you can't put down terms or else you just put the whole creative flame out. You know what I mean? Is right when you start making something in the studio, if your manager butts in on some like, oh wait, my guy actually just wrote those chords that now you're putting into the beat. So in the circumstance where this comes out, that's worth 20% of the pub. You know what I mean? It's something that you really can't discuss in the session, or else you're gonna throw the whole vibe off. And the living vibe is art. That's like what becomes a successful session. So I don't think there's really an answer besides like figuring out as soon as possible once the music's done.
I think the answer is be on top of your shit, be communicative. So on the producer side of things, if you are the artist that's in the room working on shit, stay tapped in with people who you worked with. You know, don't make it just like a only work relationship. Just ask them how they're doing, you know, be friendly so you could be appraised of where your songs are at. And if everything goes right and you end up working with someone more frequently, then you're going to know if your song is going to make the cut. If it's not, you kind of have a feeling. If you're working on a whole project, executive producing, you know what's happening, right? So when you get the vibe that something of yours is going to come out, you start hearing those conversations, it's essential for either you tell your management to reach out to the artist management, and then that's kind of how you avoid the whole putting out the creative flame thing.
Yeah.
Now we're not talking about it, and if everything goes right, it should never get to y'all two. The niggas is talking business now, and y'all can focus on your thing. And if you have to represent yourself, that's fine. But again, I would overly communicate that you don't have that conversation with the artist. Mm-hmm. You go to their representation.
It's also just hard when you weren't. It's really he said, she said too. At the end of the day, I was working with an artist this summer who was locked in with one single producer songwriter for pretty much the whole album, right? But this guy didn't actually write any of the music. You know what I mean? He's just there as a producer. Mm-hmm. But he wanted half of all the songwriting, like half of all the pub from the lyrics itself, not just from the overall song. But he felt like for being in the studio half the time, he deserved half of everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was a big disagreement because it came down to one artist saying, you didn't write anything. And the other artist saying, well, I contributed. And if I wasn't there, you wouldn't have written that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And the album still hasn't come out because they're still fucking clawing away at each other.
Off mic, who is this?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Damn, that's crazy. I think that in that situation though, where it's like someone is saying that they did something that they really didn't do, you have to get to a point of where I'm either going to take the risk and say, fuck this person, and I believe that their reasoning is not going to hold up in a court of law and just put the song out, or you got to just break bread and figure it out and like let the business people handle the breakdowns. And like, if you never really know about the money, like you should obviously be appraised at your business, but a good manager, I think, kind of controls the situation to where like, unless there's a reason for you to get mad, like they're not going to hype you up over it. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to be getting paid and compensated, hopefully fairly. But the one thing that I would say is like, have a sense of urgency with getting paperwork done before songs come out. Because the last thing you want is for like when you try to work retroactively, it slows up the process. The artist side is already going to be like, well, this shit is out, so we really don't have a need to do this, you know? And they have to go through you to clear the song. So don't clear the song until you know what your splits are.
Yeah.
That would be my overwhelming like advice. Like, do that. Like they have to, especially if they're label artists, do not clear it until you know what your paperwork looks like.
Yep. That's good advice. If that's wrapped on producers, is it wrapped on producers?
Yeah, producers, songwriters do all that shit.
I'll just circle back to what I was talking about earlier about the new Billboard rules. I pulled them up. Basically, this was put into place last week, and that's why we saw the whole charts really shake up. But if a song is below number 50, if it's been on the weeks for over 20 weeks, it gets booted. If the song is below number 25, if it's been on there for 26 weeks, it gets booted. If it's below number 10, if it's been there for 52 weeks, so a whole calendar year, it gets booted. And if it's below number 5, it can be on there for 78 weeks before getting booted. So a lot of those songs in the top 10, Teddy Swims, Alex Warren, they've been there for over 78 weeks. So as soon as they fall out of the top 5, they fall all the way off the chart.
Fuck out of here, lame ass niggas. Ain't nobody want to hear that weak shit no more.
So realistically,
that whack shit out of here.
A song can't stay on the charts for over a year now unless it's in the top 10. And it can't stay on the charts for like a year and 4 months unless it's in the top 5.
But is this like accurate in terms of what the US is listening to?
I think it's more up to date, yeah.
No, I mean, it definitely no longer, it's less accurate now.
It's not factual.
For sure. But I think the chart is called Hot 100. So I think it's a better representation of what's hot, you know?
I want to know the hot shit, bro.
You can look at the Billboard 200 if you want to see old fucking albums, you know? But the Hot 100 is for hot shit.
We've heard that Teddy Swim song. What's it called?
Lose Control.
Yeah. We don't fuck about that.
Yeah.
Fuck is an Alex Warren, bro. What was his? Ordinary. Yeah.
I still have never heard this song.
Damn.
Benson Boone, fuck out of here.
Yeah, damn. Look at you going at the whites. Look, see, he won me back right there.
I have been so pro white lately. I was thinking about all my artist stock ups, and I was like, damn, have they all been white since we started this segment? I'm like, yo, I need to.
See the brand? It's not even a brand. This is just him.
You see how I hyped him up though? That was one step away from white power.
That was not, I mean, I didn't even realize I was doing it, you know, but shit. I gotta be a little more intentional next week.
Spencer used to be an ally, guys.
I still am an ally. I'm just, go ahead.
You can't cop please during my outro, bro. Appreciate y'all for watching, man. Like, share, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yep.
Make sure to tap it on Patreon as well, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.